Pan-seared pork chops with Cajun rice. Let's get it. And don't forget, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. So now, come on in here and take a look at this. We start with the, bell peppers, right? So you can see I got red and green. I normally only make it with the red, but this time I decided to, put the green in there. Look, nice combination, looks great, and it raises up, the level of taste, right? Over here, look, we got the chops. We got bone in. I suggest you guys do the bone in. Listen, the flavor is really, really more flavorful on the meat side when it's close to the bone, right? So that's why I like bone in. Over here, look, we got scallion, green onion. We got onions. You can see I already got them diced. We got fresh thyme. Then we got chicken, stock right here, or chicken broth, whatever you guys want to use. But this right here is the level up, right? Now, check this out. We got chorizo. You know what I mean? If you guys have never ever cooked with this, inside of this tube right here is the meat and it's the flavor, folks. This right here is what's gonna level it up and give it that ooh-wee. And when you say that, listen, we're gonna be using some Creole Kick to give it that Cajun / Creole flavor, right? Now, I want you to take a look at this right here. Look, my seasoning is out. This is it right here. Look, this is the A and B. You got A, you got B. This right here, this is for your lighter meats, right? So look, when you talk about pork, fish, stuff like that, chicken, this right here is what we're gonna use to level up, and to season the chops. So this goes with this right here. Now, we got salt, we got pepper, but I gotta talk to you about the rice, right? So I said Cajun rice. That's where the Creole Kick comes in. Now listen, there's 3 ways we can do this rice. You can do rice after you rinsed it and did all of that, right? You can put it in there and you can finish cooking it inside of there. That's one way. Or you can pre-do it. Look, and it's really, really easy this way. Boil yourself some water. Once it got a boil, you got it boiled. I use some long grain rice. All I did was just put it in there, turn it off, and let it just sit for 15 minutes. I don't want to cook it all the way because we're gonna continue cooking it right here. That's another way. And then for those of you guys that just have like that instant rice, that'll work too. That'll be your third way. But with that being said, look, now as you guys see the ingredients, and don't forget, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. Let's go ahead and cook. Okay, so I got a little pro tip for you. When you're using cast iron, you guys can stick it in. If you can remember that, stick it in the oven, right? Go ahead and preheat your cast iron to the temperature that you want. That'll ensure that you get even, coverage as far as the heat goes. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and just, season up, the chops, right? So let's do it like this. I just hit it with just a little bit of salt, because even my seasoning, it's low in sodium also. So I put a little salt there. Right, I grab my pepper, just put a, little zesting over here on top like this. Just like you see. And then here, I'm gonna come with my, my A seasoning. Look, this is where we level up, folks. Because what we're gonna do is we just gonna sear it. Look at the color, you don't need no whole lot, but that's it. You just wanna get a little coverage, right? So, if I take it, and since this is the hand that I'm just, using, I'm gonna use this hand to like pick up everything. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take this hand here because this is where I'm gonna handle, and I like to just press it down, just like you see. Now, I'll flip it over, and then we'll just do the same thing. We just wanna repeat. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put 2 tablespoons, of oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. It doesn't take long, especially when you preheat your cast iron. Now that we're done there, now it's just time for us to go ahead and put our chops in. Right? So what we want to do is we just want to sear them, let them get some of that color, and work it from there. Okay, so look, I got it on a medium flame. Everything was nice and evenly distributed as far as the heat go. So now look, I'm gonna take this, and if I move this right there, do you see the whole thing move? That tell me that it's not sticking, look. Right, so once it releases, you can flip it over. You see this right here? Now it's up to you how much color you wanna put on there. I'll probably go a little bit darker on this next side, but this is what I'm looking for right here. And if you notice that I push it down right here, because what I'm trying to do is just get maximum coverage. Now we're not trying to cook the chop all the way through. We just want to go ahead and get some color and some flavor on it. Okay, so don't forget we got like the edges, right? You can see right here where none of this fat has been, you know, seared or nothing like that. So I start down here. It's up to you guys how you want to do it. You don't really have to do this, you know what I mean? But I do it because I love the flavor and I like to see the little color on there too. So I just hold it like this and let it get a little heat. You know what I mean? Let that render some of that fat down and cook it. Can you smell what I'm cooking? Okay, so if you look right here, you can see, look, I done took the chops out. We good with that, right? Now, if you look, you can see like a little bit of smoke. That's the smoke point on this extra virgin olive oil, right? So this down here on the bottom, that's what we call the fine, right? So to keep it simple for you guys, when you see this down at the bottom, just go ahead and put yourself some onions in there, and the acidity, you know, the acid from the onions will help you clean that up. And if you're doing your own dishes, you're gonna thank me, because this right here cleans it all up. But these are seasoned pans, so really nothing really sticks. But I always start with my onions first, and now you guys know why. With me giving this a head start, so we're not just finna grill them, now I'm gonna go ahead and come with my bell peppers, right? Now I want you guys to pay attention. I'm not finna take these all the way down like you guys see me do in the past. For one, I want them to keep a little bit of that color. Two is I like the integrity with just a little bit of, you know, like a, you know, you just want it to be together, not like soft, like a grilled onion or a grilled bell pepper, you know. So this right here is good, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my chorizo. So now I'm just gonna get this down here so we can get a little coverage, you know, mix this up because we want to cook this down. Now remember, chorizo got so much flavor, folks. You can just see it, you know what I mean? Just the perfect amount of blend of seasoning, the whole shebang. Now we at a medium, you know, medium heat, and it kind of like cools it, stops the, what it does is having this in here now, kind of like stops the green, you know, the green bell peppers and everything from cooking. Because again, I told you, I don't want them to be all the way soft. Okay, so look, this is after about 5 minutes. Don't forget I'm on a medium heat, right? So we're just gonna start adding our garlic to it, right? Look at that right there. That's like two garlic cloves. You gotta get yourself a garlic press. You wanna talk about saving some time, you know, in the kitchen. This is a must-have, folks. And then I wanna ask you guys, like, is it really is it a thing that you can say that it's too much garlic? Add a little bit of thyme. Right, we're gonna add a little bit of this Creole Kick. You see how it is now? You can see a lot of that liquid, it kind of like cooked off. Just with that medium heat, we wanna keep it nice and slow. That'll do it, we just trust the process, folks. So now we just start adding our rice to it. Oh yeah, because we're gonna finish cooking it. Right, we're gonna finish cooking it inside of here, especially when we hit it with our chicken stock. Right, so we just start doing it like this. Right, it's okay. I know I haven't put the stock in yet, but we just start getting everything to marry. You guys can look at this right now and just say, hey, you could just hold up right there, AB. You know what I mean? I know y'all want to get down right there, but we're gonna need that stock, right? So we can make them pork chops super tender. Now we come with this, we pour it in. Remember, we still under the medium heat. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit to a medium high because I'm gonna want it to go ahead and, you know, come back to a little bit of a boil. Now we work it in like this. Now tell me right now, you can't see the flavor. You can just see how everything is built. Now, remember earlier I talked about, you know, the bell peppers? Notice you can see the color. Still got a little texture. They not super soft, but they soft. Got a little bit of integrity. You can see the green. That's it right there, folks. Okay, look, I want you guys to go ahead and you can see that right there? That's a nice boil. Now you could tell that I don't even have it centered right now because there's nothing really over that way. So you want to like center it, right? So that it'll just be even. So it'll start working its way over this way. But we good here. I'm liking what I see. Man, my mouth is already watering. So what I'm gonna do now is introduce my chops, folks. Look at that right there. I know, folks, I know. Somebody out there like, hey, bro, this ain't really fair, but I got it. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my lid on the top. I'm gonna reduce this down to a simmer. Got it on the simmer, and we're gonna let it go for about, I'm gonna say about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna check it. Okay, look, this has been 13 minutes, right? I already did a little peek, but I want to show you something. This is what we want to look for, right? If you can look, you can see like some of the liquid is starting to cook off. That's what I like to see, right? So I'm gonna take this fork here and just move this around, just to see. You don't want it to stick down on the bottom. I'm just fluffing it up too, and we just cooking it down. But this right here depends on how moist you want it to be, and it depends on how much rice you had. All of that. That's a lot of variables. I know I said 20 minutes, but I still like to look at my food halfway through. So after 10 minutes I decided to let it go just a little bit further. But I want you guys to see that right there. Now you can see why I tell you this right here. Look, even when I push this, you see how this is moving right here? This right here is just like super tender. You know what I mean? Ah, yeah, this is it right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, let this stay off, let some of this steam, evaporate a little bit. We're gonna get a picture, and then we finna cut it and eat it. But that right there is fire, folks.
Thanks for watching. More info is in the description. Please subscribe, like, comment and share.